from the University of Nairobi, wherever we are in Nairobi, or wherever, to you, wherever you are. So it encompasses a range of technologies such as World Wide Web, the email, the audio, video conferencing, computer networks, and many others. So there's so many things put together to ensure that your learning takes place effectively. Yeah, so that is the online learning. Yeah, you are in a virtual space. Where you are now is called a virtual space. Virtual space means that you are wherever you are, but you are connected through the internet to the learning system. So here we are, somebody's in Chiromo, somebody's in main campus, wherever you are, but we are able to get you some knowledge or some information through the virtual space, yeah? So that is online learning. It takes place through the virtual place using various technologies. I've told you, the computer, the video conferencing, your smartphones. Yeah, so everything is here. You can see the photo there, the global world, the student is there, you have your pen, you're taking some notes. So there's the aspect of the global world within you. I may not even be in Nairobi, I could be teaching you from UK. So that is what online learning is all about. Yeah, so I don't have to be in Nairobi to teach you. I could be somewhere in Australia, somewhere in Budalangi, but there we are all connected globally. Even the students themselves can be anywhere, but through online learning, you're still able to get the information which you need, provided you are registered in that course, you are settled somewhere, you can access your computer, your internet, and learn. Yeah. So another type of online learning is what we call blended learning. Yeah. So in blended learning, I hope, are you able to see the slides? So in blended learning, this combines traditional face-to-face instruction directed by a teacher with computer-based, internet-based, or remote teaching, online instruction. So blended learning is now a combination of both. Yeah, you can have the face-to-face instruction, which you are taking in high school or wherever, whereby the teacher comes to class and teaches you. So there the teacher is directing, but it's online learning. As we learned in the other slide, it's learner directed. Now it is you who's directing how you are going to learn. So you can use your computer-based, it's internet-based, and the teacher is remote. Like now I'm talking to you, I'm somehow remote. You don't know where I am. So that's what we call blended learning, yeah? So blended learning, there is remote learning. You learn wherever you are. Okay. Then there is also mobile learning, what we call M-learning. So M-learning is education delivered using personal mobile services such as tablets and smartphones. You are basically learning using mobile devices. So what are mobile devices? Mobile devices are the devices you can move all over with. Yeah, you are at home, you are in the kitchen, you are where, you have your phone, you have your tablet. Yeah, it's not heavy for you. You can go with it anywhere. Yeah, so that's what we call mobile learning, or what we call M-learning. Learning using movable devices. Devices you can move about. You cannot carry your whole computer all the time, but mobile learning is whereby you are in a vehicle, you're traveling to Nairobi from maybe Machakos, and there you are, some notes have been sent to you. So you just get your phone and start learning, you're reading the notes and many others, yeah? So that's what we call mobile learning. You move with your technology here and there. Instead of just keeping it in the bag, you can take some little time and learn. So those are the type of learning which we are encouraging now. So one obtains learning materials through mobile apps, social interactions, and online educational hubs. It is flexible. So one of the advantages of mobile learning is that it is flexible. You can learn wherever. When I live here and I'm going maybe to Bungoma, I don't have much. I just check my phone, my laptop or whatever, or my iPad and start learning. So it's very flexible. I don't have to be in one particular place, yeah? So it also allows students access to education. You can access education wherever you are, yeah? Okay, so that is mobile learning.
Yes, we can hear you
Forms of
clearly.
online. Maybe I'll request Professor Rambo to proceed from there. Thank you. Professor Rambo, you are ready?
Thank you, Dr. Asay. You've been very clear. And for students, we are also live on YouTube. I've posted the live link on chat.
Okay.
Professor
Dr. Are you going to use the same platform, or I put mine? Maybe I can use yours.
Prof, you want to use the car? Okay, you can still use this.
But unless you have it the other side.
Okay, or I pull it down.
I think
yes,
you
please stop sharing so that he can share, please.
Okay, I've stopped sharing, Prof.
Okay.
As Prof settled down well, maybe we can have Dr. Otieno to greet the participants. Dr. Otieno, wherever you are.
He's not able to talk, not unless he tells me his name on chat.
Okay, fine.
Give me your name on chat, Dr. Otieno. Professor Rambo, we can see your screen well now.
Okay. Okay, so thank you very much, Dr. Anase, for that. And are you hearing me?
Clearly.
Are you able to?
Very clear.
All right.
We can hear you. We can see your screen too.
Okay, fine. So we are going to look at, I'm going to start from forms of online learning. And on forms of online learning, as a student right now, you need to really understand that we have two types of forms of online learning, where we have the real-time and off-time online learning. Now, the real-time online learning is a web-based form where teaching and learning takes place at the same time. You know, that is where you are interacting with the lecturer there. Teaching is like right now, we can talk about real-time because we are interacting and you can ask questions wherever you are through the chat, through what, or you can even talk. And then I hear you, then I respond to that. Student can ask questions, provide comments through a chat. In other words, we are talking about participants can communicate at the same time from different locations using the same communication tool, which of course, in this case, we are talking about the internet system on tools that we are using to deliver the program. Now, the off-time learning normally describe forms of education, instruction, and learning where the learning do not occur at the same time. And that time is where now you have even uploaded your document, or you go through e-class and then get the document, which of course have been taught and put there. Then you can access them and read them at your own time, wherever you are. And that is part of the online learning, because now, even if you are in the United States at your own time, you are even in a vehicle, you are even in a bus, you are even in the aircraft, you can open your phone if possible, and then you start reading, or you are resting somewhere. So that is what we call as off-time learning. So it means that you take the online learning at your own time, your own pace. Yeah, and you may even use the recorded instructions like the one we are delivering right now. You can use it at your own time, because when it is recorded, you can open it at any given time, then you go through it and learn at your own time. That is off-time learning. Examples of the tools that you may be able to use during the real-time and off-time learning include, for example, when you talk about real-time tools, they include the video conferencing, where we use the Google Meet, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, teleconferencing, the live discussion forum, and other telephone calls and chats. So those ones are real-time, because as we are talking about right now, this is real-time learning. Because as much as we are separated by distance, we can talk live and you can ask questions and you can listen to what I'm trying to talk about at this particular time. Now, the off-time tools include learning of management systems, which is known as the LMS, the E-class, and then the SOMAS. I've even seen in the chat there that some of you are now trying to say that I have a problem. I've been trying to access the E-class and I could not be able to access that. So those ones will be sorted out because we have the ICT experts and even those people who actually are supposed to support you in enrolling. When you have a problem, those ones will be sorted out. Then they also include the E-class, the off-time learning tools include the E-class, which means that as a student, you can access the E-class at any given time, wherever you are. And you can also use the SOMAS as a tool. You can use the Google Classroom and others like the flash disk. If you have, you can download the document and put them in your flash disk and you will go with it and then definitely open it in your laptop and read it at any given time at your own pace. Then we also have video clips, which of course, when they are captured, you can open them at any given time and then listen to the video and see exactly what's happening and so on and so forth. Now we come to where online learning takes place. Where online learning takes place. And here, learning can take place either one, in a physical institutional structure, such as a classroom, lecture theaters, and even the labs. Yeah, like the physical classroom is where we have the classroom that we were used to. And due to COVID pandemic, now the universities have to innovate and come up with, of course, we have been having online learning, particularly for masters, but it was in a small scale. But due to pandemic right now, the university had to be innovatively come up with a full-scale online learning program for all students in all programs. So those which, of course, will require practicals to be done in lab will also be facilitated the same, because there are some of them that must be done in the laboratory, or in those ones which, of course, must be done in the lecture theater can be done the way we are now doing it, which of course, we are now physically out of the physical environment like the classroom and lecture theaters. In an online personal learning environment is also a key environment, which of course you need to do to understand. Here is a case whereby the teacher and the learner are separated by space, and therefore you are on your own, and you can access the materials and even the notes, the lecture notes, the videos, and you can be able to use them using the E-class where they are actually posted. In an online environment, learning is self-directed. And that means that you have to really divide your time, what time you're supposed to do other things, and what time you're supposed to be learning. So the learner takes control of his or her own learning. And that's the most difficult part that requires a lot of personal discipline on the learner. It requires a lot of personal discipline on the learner, because otherwise you may concentrate on other things and then you deny yourself adequate time to embark on your learning, and therefore, as a result, you do very poorly. As was presented by my colleague, Dr. Anase, he said that the online learning is not different from the face-to-face that we were used to before, because the exact materials, syllabus, and everything that you could do face-to-face is the one that is now has been transformed to an online platform. So everything is the same in terms of content, and also it's only the methodology in terms of instruction is what differs. So here, the environment under online learning is really very important for a student, because here you control yourself. You are not in class. You have to divide your time when to be in class and when to have a class to concentrate on your notes and learn. And you control yourself. Nobody is controlling you. So if you don't divide a lot of your time to learn or to create time for your own learning, then you may do very poorly as opposed to others who concentrate on that. Then we come to how to make online learning enjoyable and successful. So here, some of the ways to make online learning enjoyable are, for example, persistence. You need to be persistent. You don't just say that you read something once and then you have forgotten about it. So you need to be persistent, and persistence is considered to be one of the biggest key success in online learning. So students who succeed who succeed are those people or those students who are willing to tolerate whenever they have even technical problems. They seek help from those who are supposed to support them. They work daily on every class and also persist through challenges. So when you have a challenge like I've seen from the chart, that have a problem on enrolling on or accessing e-class to enroll for the unit, like the SMA and something like that. So you don't just do it once and then you forget. So when you fail to access, to enroll for that, you try and then it doesn't go through. Then you look for other people who can be able to support you. Could be your colleague, could be the ICT or administrator or registrar in charge of your college or your school or the department where you are registered as a student to get help. So that persistence is very critical. Then effective time management is another factor. You must be able to manage your time well. I mentioned that earlier. Most courses are not taught in real time, and there is no set time for classes. And this can really be done by you reviewing the syllabus for each of your class courses that you take in a semester. You need to develop a long-term plan for completing your major assignments. And completing the assignment in good time is very critical, particularly when you are controlling yourself, you are on your own. So you need to have your personal discipline on how you will be able to undertake these things. So you have to make sure that you do your assignment in good time and submit them in good time so that you are not left behind. Then you need to make daily kind of a list by checking off all the list of what you have completed or how you complete those things in good time. So it's very, very critical in that. The third one is effective and appropriate communication skills. Communication skills are very vital in online learning. And this is an area which, of course, will be understood further when we look at areas to do with the netiquettes. So communication skills is very, very important, very important. How you communicate when you are an online student to either to your lecturers, your colleagues, and even to the university administration is very critical. Then we have basic technical skills. Online learners need basic technical skills to succeed. And this includes the ability to create new documents, which you can, and creating new documents means that you have to do a lot of practice using the technology, yeah? Use word processing programs. You need to navigate through the internet so that you can be able to learn. Some of them you will be getting problems like you are saying, but through asking questions and trying to be persistent to get information on how you can navigate will make you know exactly how to deal with it. Some of you are going to deal with this for the first time, and therefore it's part of the learnings programs that you have to undergo. Go through. You need to know how to download the softwares that you are going to use in your studies and so on. Reading and writing skills is another important factor there. reading and writing are the main ways you will be able to communicate online class, in an online class. Although some hard copies or text might be required, but you should be able to be comfortable reading a lot of documents on a computer screen and able to also to type. Like, for example, when you will be doing exams and you are going to do exams online, you may be required to type your answers, okay? You will be required to type your answers through on the e-platform, and therefore, and then you submit your answers to the university for marking. So you need to learn those things and understand techniques on how you can be able to navigate using the technology. Motivation and independence is a key factor. To be successful as an online student, as a student, you need to, for you to succeed, online learners are required to be independent. You need to have internal motivation in yourself, responsibility. You must be responsible, and also be mature in yourself, because how you conduct yourself and behave will be very, very critical for your success. A good student environment is also very conducive, is a requirement and very critical. And in this case, some of the good study environment that is required of you as an online student is that you need to get peace and quiet space where you can be able to learn without a lot of disturbances. So you need a very quiet place where you can be able to sit, and when you are learning, there are a lot of distractions that will be distracting you, like things like you can't learn when you are watching television at the same time. So you need to really get a quiet place where you can be able to sit and also learn and go through your notes or do your assignment and so on. You need to avoid computer games, and in this case, you need to consider uninstalling any computer games and avoid temptation of having those things, because they will distract your mind and then make you not to concentrate on your studies. Remember that we are saying that this requires personal discipline as an individual, because you are on your own and nobody is controlling you, so you need to control yourself. You need to keep the games of different computers, in the those ones that you have, maybe whether they're in your house, you need to avoid them because they will distract you. You need to turn off your cell phone most of the time when you are reading, so that the environment is very conducive, because you will be getting a lot of calls, whatever. So you concentrate. After that, you can open them up. Let friends and family members know that you are actually at school and you are learning at that particular time, and therefore distractions will not be good for you. Avoid surfing. That means that as you are learning, you do a lot of internet surfing. Some of them are not relevant to what actually you are supposed to be concentrating on in your syllabus. So you need to avoid surfing the internet when you are in class. Remember that whenever you are reading, you are in class and you are in your own. So you are in class, you can treat yourself as somebody who is in class. It is easy to lose track if at all you have a lot of distractions in your area environment under which you are learning. So you need to avoid those kind of things. Comfortable sitting, you need to adjust the height of your chair, the keyboard, and screen so that you are actually comfortable, so that you don't really strain. Because when you sit down for a long time, when you're reading on your own, you may get a lot of problems if the way you sit, the angle in which you sit is also not very comfortable. So you need to make sure that you are comfortable. The other one, you need to set up a good lighting. So you need to have where there is adequate light. So lighting in the room should be that one that is not very bright as such, but should be bright enough so that you can be able to see your screen to avoid strain on your eyes. Number 8, you need to participate. In the online environment, it is not enough. It's not enough. In online environment, it's not adequate enough to come up, to participate adequately sometimes when you are alone on your own, but then you need to hear your voice to feel your presence, and where especially you need your comments added in the information, you share learning, and also the sense of community in each class. So you need to be able to work with others in completing assignments or projects that are given to you. You need to be able to use the technology properly, and that's part of the learning. You need to be able to meet the minimum standards set by your institution. Then you need to be able to complete assignment on time, as we talked about that earlier. You need to enjoy communicating in writing as well. So writing is very critical in this case. Number 9, you need to make sure that you have reliable internet access, because this is where now sometimes you can get disappointed. Reliable internet is very critical, particularly during the time of examinations. If you are in a place where the internet is a problem and you are an online student, you can be disappointed because it can waste time. When power is not there, sometimes you need also to be where power is available, and also internet is available, so that you avoid those kind of technology mishaps that may arise more frequently as you continue with your online learning. Then we have netiquettes. In netiquettes, remember that university lecturers or tutors are willing to help you as a student, but they are unable to pick up on nonverbal cues, such as things which might look confusing on student face and so on. So you need to use the tools selected by the university to communicate to your tutors. So you need to learn how to use them and how to use them effectively. And this could be through emails, messaging, or chats that you can chat with your tutors, can chat with your fellow students as you are interacting. You need to find out if your tutor has chat room or a cell phone office, so that you can be able to contact your tutor in case there is any need for that, to iron out certain few things that are really creating problem to you during your learning session. Use appropriate style and language when communicating to your tutors and other staff within the university. You should write in full grammatically. Don't write what you call it, the slang. So avoid slang, using slang as a language of communication. Use correct sentences, and also with a respectful tone. And that's very critical. Treat your tutors with respect and courtesy because of the distance, because you are at a distance, but when you are communicating, you need to, that is part of etiquette. It is tempting sometimes for students to say anything or to say things out of sometimes anger, because when you are frustrated, like you are trying to register, I don't get, then now your tone changes. It should not be like that. So you need to make sure that you maintain your tone, which is acceptable when you are communicating with the university officials due to your problem. Number 5, ensure you are properly dressed when attending class. This prepares your mind for the learning process. Avoid eating and drinking in class. This is not actually not only distracting you, but it may not make you to concentrate, and it might also be distracting to your tutors. Like, for example, right now we are online, and if you are doing things, that is the time you are eating, then it makes, and the tutor sees you online as you are eating and is teaching you online, it becomes something which is not very good. So it is also destructive to your tutor and also other learners. Number 7, it's a good practice to mute your microphone, and unless you are talking, especially when you're in class, because to avoid distractions and probably to make communication to be very clear to everyone who is actually in class, as we are in class right now. You heard that the ICT technologies were telling us, let us mute and also let us put the video off to avoid eating into a lot of our bundles. You need to think before you push for the send button. For example, when you have done your assignment or you are doing something that you are working on, you need to really think before you send, because immediately you send it, it's very difficult to retract it. Yeah, so you need to, when you are writing even something or a chat, so before even you put the person to send, you need to really check and see exactly if what you have written is correct. Yeah, so that how will what you have written draw a reaction from whoever is going to read that particular document or whatever you have written or you have communicated. So you need to really check on it and make sure that you check on what you have written before you send it. You need to also to be patient, as much as your tutor will try to really be prompt in answering your questions. Don't be in a hurry. Just give your tutor time. Do not expect the instant response immediately you communicate, then you expect the answer there. Give your tutor time to respond to your question. Be patient with yourself, as well as give the material a chance to soak in. Because sometimes you have asked a question to your tutor and is still thinking about it and on how to respond to your question. So when you are in a hurry, sometimes it may not be good. Ensure that you are ethical as you deal with other students, because that is part of the tickets. Very important. How you respond and deal with your fellow students is very critical also. Particularly when you are chatting, even you are online and so on, there is that kind of interaction. Be ethical when working on your assignment. Avoid plagiarism, cheating, and other violations. University of Nairobi has what we call as Turnitin, and as you do your work and you are an online student, those work of yours will be subjected to Turnitin. And Turnitin will show whether you plagiarize, you just pull the document which belong to other people, then you present them without reading, understanding, and then reconstructing your own. So that is very unethical, and we call that one as plagiarism, which should not be there, and you will be cheating, and you will be violating some of the rules of the University of Nairobi. Take note, when you study away from campus, you are separated from the facilitator in both time and space, because you are not interacting face to face. So you must therefore be in control of your own learning and creating a conducive environment for yourself to learn adequately and effectively. And as we said earlier, as was delivered by my colleague, Dr. Anase, the content that is being delivered online is the same as that one that could be used face to face, which we were used to before. But it is only that it has been transformed into e-platform, and therefore now you are doing it in e-learning. So it is not different anymore. In summary, we can say in this particular session, we have gone through the differences between learning online and also traditional face-to-face learning. We have also described or learned on terms used in online learning, and we have known now what they are. like mobile learning and all those kind of things. We have also gone through forms of online learning, where online learning takes place. And finally, we have discussed a way in which we can ensure that online learning is enjoyable and successful. And that marks the end of our presentation to introduce you to online learning and know exactly how you can be able to control and manage yourself as an online learning student. Thank you very much.
So thank you very much, Professor Rambo, for that informative session. We had Otieno. Please, you're able to unmute yourself and speak to us.
Hello.
Yes, proceed.
Hello.
We can hear you well.
Hello. Yeah, my question is, I paid fees and it has not yet reflected, yet I paid on Saturday. So until to date, it has not yet reflected. What could be the problem?
Okay, thank you. I got your sentiments. I was looking for another Otieno who was our facilitator, meaning he's not there. So we'll get to the question and answer part right now. But before that, there are some announcements I have to make. We are this training, that is training on how on training to guide you. Training to guide you on how to attend our lectures online. It is ending tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be having our last trainings. And one very important thing that you should note is that we have been reaching you using your private emails. When the lectures start, we'll only reach you using your student's email. The student emails are the emails that take the format at students.unbi.ac.ke. This is because most of the learning platforms, they take the data from the student portal, that is the student database, so that we can reach to you, so that we are able to reach only the students who are registered for that particular course and the students who are our own. So this is to urge you that all of you, please create your student email. Just go to the students portal. Then if you have then from there you go to my profile and you're able to click on a link that allows you to create a student email. Other than the student email, it is very, very important also that you create your Active Directory account. And we commonly refer to it as Active Direct AD account. That is a username and password. The username takes the format of your registration number without the slashes. So ensure that you have those two accounts. It's using those two accounts, it's only through those two accounts that you're able to log in to our systems to identify yourself as a University of Nairobi student from everybody else who is on the internet. You know, there are billions on the internet, and that is the only way that you're identified as a University of Nairobi student virtually, using your email account and AD account. In the event that you're not able to create an AD account, you have a problem or an email, write to me, that is ICT support, CBPS, and we'll be able to guide you on how to go about it. Of course, there are videos that be there. Please just subscribe so that you're able to see further trainings that have been posted, and so that you're able to continue, so that you can review the information that we have been giving you the whole week, and then you're able to start learning without technological problems. What we've been trying to teach you this week is teaching you on technology so that you're able to go about your studies. So ensure you have an AD account and a student account. So from there, we'll take questions. And the first questions that I'm taking are questions related to today's topic on introduction to, you can raise your hand. You're quite many. If I allow you to unmute, it will be disastrous. So please raise your hand and you're able to speak to us. The first person who asked the question, your question has been recorded. There is another person, Benson. You can ask.
Okay, Patricia. So you can hear me?
Patricia, we have lost Patricia?
Yeah, we've lost Patricia, but we can go on with the questions.
Yes.
I saw on the chat there was a question by, there was Ruth Waidera and Francis Osieno. Are they in here? Ruth Waidera, can we start with you? Waidera had raised her hands earlier, and Francis Osieno. If any of them is on here, you can ask your questions. Then we move to John Simiyu. Okay, John, I can't see them. John, can you ask your question? John, unmute your mic and ask the question. John, unmute your mic. He's asking and he's muted, so we can't hear him.
There is also Njoki Ruth.
Yeah, maybe Njoki can ask because John Simiyu is muted. We can't hear what he's saying.
Njoki has raised the hand. Ruth, can you ask the question? Njoki. If Njoki is not there, Omondi, can you ask the question?
Okay, the essence of learning was to share what you didn't get well. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, my question is, my main issue
Yes.
is this. I'm admitted for MSc Pure Mathematics.
MSc.
And I've MSc Pure Mathematics. I have registered for all those platforms, SMIS, eClass, SOMAS, everything, but I can't see any course or any unit.
You can't see any unit on the platform?
All those platforms, there's none.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is Omondi.
Yeah.
So the units are not in the platform, so maybe they have not been uploaded. We shall follow up that with the department that is concerned. Maybe they have not been uploaded, and we shall follow up that. Thank you.
But I'm really worried because the classes begins on Monday.
Yeah, that is something that we have to must be addressed by Patricia to follow up with the. We are going to follow up with the department so that they are made available so that you can register, because you can't register when they are not there on the platform.
It's okay.
Yes, you can't register. They must be available in the platform is when you can register, and the codes must be shown for each unit that you are taking in the
Exactly.
semester. So,
Okay.
Okay, let's hear from
No, it's
John
okay.
Simiu. John Simiu, unmute your mic. Class, when you want to talk, unmute your mic and talk. John Simiu, we can't hear you. Unmute your mic. Oh no.
click that thing with the red, which has got something crossing it. Click it so that you can
Yes.
talk. Godric, click that thing which is red, cross to be the red as a mic, so that you can talk. We hear you. Godric, you can see Godric struggling. He doesn't know where to click to unmute the mic. Okay, Njoki, we can see Godric is talking and we can't hear him because he has not unmuted the mic. Godric, can you click that? Can you click that? Yeah, now talk. No, you are unmute again. Yes, unmute that thing, Godric. Unmute that red thing which you have got a cross on it. You have done it again, you have muted it again. Yes, Godric, now talk.
This was my question.
Yes.
Now, today we're taking us through online learning. Now, today you're taking us through online learning. Will the timetable be scheduled as when will the lecturers be teaching us?
We are not hearing you well.
Or how will we, this is what I'm asking. How will we know that the classes are starting at this time and ends at this time?
Okay.
I was asking about the
We have heard
another
you.
question is, I have another question.
Yes.
On course registration, on the timetable, I see there's so many courses or units. I don't know. Now, am I supposed to register for all? Other than that, is it payable? Register for a unit or course?
I've not heard the second question.
The second question is on course registration.
Course registration.
I'm asking, yes. When I click on the timetable, I see so many courses. I don't know, am I supposed to register for all?
No, you are only supposed to register for the units.
And then is it payable to register for a course or?
For?
Okay.
I'm not getting the second question, Godric.
Is it payable because I'm supposed to? I was asking,
Hey.
Is it payable for course registration or the fees is considered?
Course
Yes.
registration, you must register for the units that you are going to do in the semester. It is a must.
And what are those?
Huh?
Where are those units available? Where are those units available?
Okay. Okay, fine. The units are supposed to be on the platform.
On the platform, on the timetable.
Okay, the timetable is there. They should be in the timetable for the units which are offered are in the timetable. So you register for those units.
Now, is it payable or the fees is considered?
Pardon?
Is it payable or fees is considered in that case?
You are breaking. We don't hear you well. You are breaking seriously.
I'm asking.
Hey.
For course registration, is it payable or fees is considered for that case?
Can you put that mic near your mouth? Can you put that mic near your mouth? You are breaking.
Prof, I think I've heard what
asking.
Okay.
he's asking if we have to pay for the courses, whether they should pay for the students should pay for the courses for them to register. And what I can tell you that the courses are part of the fees. The fees that you have been given to pay, say you're a self-sponsored student, it's the fee, that is the fee for the course registration. It will automatically pick from your fees. So you don't need to pay any extra fee. So for the fee you're paying, be it module 1 or module 2, that is the fee. Then I still respond on that course registration. You should be guided on the units to take by your particular school, by your particular department, by your particular academic unit. So please, that is what we have been urging you. We have given you help desk for the faculty. Please use those help desk. And when you use those help desk, have good information, like all your details, registration number. If it's an error you're getting, have a screenshot so that we are able to assist you without so much back and forth. I've been getting, like, on my help desk so many emails, like, I need help. I have to ask, who are you first? What help do you need? Please give us all the details and we'll be able to serve you better. Back to you, Professor.
Thank you very much.
My last question.
I want to believe that I think you have heard of wrong that, as Patricia said, you need to consult with your department and the school. And once you have paid fees, you can now register for the units that are being offered by the department or the school in that particular semester. So you'll be better served by the department. Okay? Once you have paid fees, whether you are module 2 or module 1, the fees you are paid includes all the units that you are supposed to take in that particular semester. So you better consult with your department or school so that you are guided well. Okay? Yeah. Oprong, you are talking and you have muted your mic. So any other question, Joki? Joki Maureen, you had raised your hand. Joki, Maureen? Maureen?
Hello.
Yes, Maureen, talk.
Yeah. I'm asking.
Yes.
I'm asking about when you send the emails to the upline help desk, they are not responding.
Okay.
Okay, Maureen, that one Patricia will pick up from there and ensure that they respond. Thank you.
Yes,
Vivian,
and I have
Okoth,
to add, I can
Yes.
kindly let me add on that once you send an email to the help desk, you first get an auto-generated message just to show you that your email has been received and it's being acted upon. The response is not instantaneous because somebody has to log in through each and every one of your email, get the information and send the information back to you. But that is noted, I'll take it up.
Okay, now Vivian Okoth.
Yes, yes, I downloaded. Can you hear me? In phone, and I have severally tried to register, but it doesn't take it. In surname, my surname is Sotiene and I've written what can I do?
Patricia, can you
That's
respond to that?
administrative. Patricia will respond to that.
Vivian Otieno, I've not heard you very well, but what you are saying that I don't get whether that is on the registration to be a student And please, all those issues you're having, you just need to take my email, ICT support CBPS, and I've typed it on chat, and send us that email. If you are having any challenge, don't just keep quiet. Send us an email on that. But there is something that I was confirming that you should send to the emails of the school, because they are the people who deal with it, and that is interfaculty transfer, clashes on the timetable when you say that courses are overlapping, and course registration. And if you have registered for a different course than you wanted to register. So those ones, please send to the school help desks, because they're the people who take part in. If Vivian, you meant that for your registration to be a student, you're having problems uploading, please send to me, ICT support CBPS. We'll be able to assist you, and any other student. Thank you.
Okay, there was a question from one of the students that was asking, how would I know when the class is starting and the time? I think these ones are put on the timetable. If you go to is it the e-class? You will get the timetable there. And the timetable will show you exactly when the class are starting at the time when the classes will be starting and ending. And more information you can get from your department where you are registered as a student. But that is what should be there. But more information you can get from your department where you are registered, because
yes,
the timetable shows that very clearly. Thank you.
And to add on that, what Professor Rabo has said, in CBPS, we have a system that is timetabling.unbi.ac.ke. And once you log in there, you're able to see the college timetable. Two, you need to have your emails, that is your at students.unbi.ac.ke emails, because that is where the lecturers will be communicating to in the event of change of anything. And of course, on your SMIS portal, there is also your timetable. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Francis, you seem to have a question. Yes?
Yes, hello.
Yes.
It is my question is on about the classes.
Yes?
Is it a must that you attend the classes as scheduled on the timetable?
Yes, you attend classes based on how they are scheduled on the timetable.
What about if the classes have been taken and I was not around?
If you are not around, the class will go on. Okay, one thing you need to know, Francis,
Yeah.
the online learning is just like you are going to face-to-face class, all right?
Yes.
The only difference is right now that is delivered through online. And you are supposed to be in class when that unit or that subject is scheduled to be taught at that particular time. So if you are not there as an individual, then the rest of the members of the class are there. The class will go on, and you shall have missed a class, just like you could fail to go to class physically. Are you getting that?
Yes, I've gotten.
Yes.
Then another question.
Yes.
Is about selection of the choosing of the units. What is the minimum number of the units to select?
Now, the minimum number of units to select will depend on your course, and therefore that is why we were trying to say that that one would be better addressed by your department where you are registered as a student. So go there and communicate with them. They will tell you how many units you can take in a semester and so on, depending on how they have arranged them this particular semester.
Then also, another question, which criteria should I use when selecting those units? Because I see there is a number of units.
You know, in each semester, there are units which are offered. You cannot just select any. Assuming, for example, that say you are a module 2. Are you getting the point?
Yes.
The units offered in the semester are 6, and you are not able to take the 6 units, you are allowed to select among the 6 that you can attend to and pay for. If you are a module 2, you get the point?
Yes.
You will select every department of school has got the minimum number of units you can take if you are a module 2.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So if, for example, 6 units were being offered in a semester, and you are not able to pay for the 6 units, you are allowed to take the minimum. If the minimum are 2, you can only take a minimum of 2. And if you are able, you can take 3, you can take 4. You can as well take 6 of them as required. But get more information from your department so that you don't just select a unit that you find there. You may select a unit which is not being offered, but the units being offered are scheduled on the timetable, as was said by Patricia. So you need to check on that very clearly.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Are you together?
Hello. Hello. Mwalimu. Rambo.
Continue. Continue.
I have a question here. Kuna mtu ameniambia ati kuna course inafaa wa register include in the first semester, and mimi sikuwa nimeinclude hiyo course, sijui itakuwaje na nisha confirm.
If you have by mistake confirmed any courses, the only person who can assist you is the administrator in the departments. They're the only people who are able to flag off the course that you've already confirmed. So kindly write to your help desk, write to the help desk for your school. I'd responded to you on Highburn. Any other question?
Okay.
Excuse.
Okay, madam. I wanted to enroll my courses in SOMAS na ingine nasema the results are not found.
Yes, I'd also responded this on chat, and I said that at the moment you should not be worried about enrolling to courses, because you could be looking for your course on e-class and maybe your lecturer is giving it on SOMAS, or vice versa. You could be looking for your course on SOMAS and e-class, and maybe your lecturer will be using Google Classroom or Zoom for Education or Teams for Education. There are many platforms, and the lecturers choose them depending on the course and the number of the students that they have in that particular class. So right now, until you start with the lectures, that should not, enrolling to courses or not getting your courses on e-class, SOMAS should not be a problem. The lecturers, once they meet you, will be able to even give you the codes to enroll for the classes. Maybe they just want you to enroll using a code for you to see the class. So you don't be worried about enrolling to class. Be worried about having an ID account, an email, and also going through the videos of this week, and they are all on the YouTube link that we've shared. Thank you.
Excuse.
Yes, Sydney.
I was asking.
I have a question.
Okay, so environmental and conservation student, and on my timetable, the course codes are repeating themselves. There are only 4 units which are there. So how should I register them?
Sydney, you note that there could be even an error on the system, and that is information, please, that you should share with the department. The people who are
tried sharing.
Just a second, which environmental, that is School of Biological Sciences.
Yes, School of Biological Sciences.
Write to SBS Help. I write that on chat. SBS Help at unbi.ac.ke.
Okay.
It's only the school who can deal with the changes on the timetable, course registration, and the matters to do with the courses. So please write to sbshelp@unbi.ac.ke and anybody else to your particular school. Another
A question I'm asking on clarification. I was asking for clarification because yesterday on Thomas, hello? Hello?
Roderick, we are not hearing you.
Okay, I was asking.
Yes.
Yesterday on Thomas, you said that the lecturers will be sending us a code to join classes. What about online learning? How will you know that? How will you know that the lecture has started?
No, it has not started. Classes are starting on Monday, 21st.
Now, I'm talking about that Monday. How will you know that the lecturer started teaching?
They will
Because
send,
on
you have to
Thomas,
check your email. You have to check your email. They will send the link for class to all students that are taking SOMAS.
And not and to add on that, not your private email at gmail.com, your email at students.unbi.ac.ke. So please create your emails. I'm emphasizing on that because I'm able to see that it's only maybe a third of the students who have that email, and they'll have a problem during that time.
Maybe another thing, Patricia, as you prepare to learn online, maybe one thing which you really need to do is that check the hotspots for your internet at home, wherever you are. Don't insist on staying at home. You could be right inside the house, but the hotspot for the internet is outside the house. So as you prepare to start your classes next week, kindly go around the home, go around anywhere and check where the data bundles are quite high. I mean, where the internet is quite strong, so that you don't have to be in the house all the time and maybe it is outside where it is stronger. So check the hotspots at home and check the strength, which there's normally like you check Safaricom strength. Check your strength for the internet. Where is it strong? So where it is, if it is outside, take a chair, sit down there, wait for your class, yeah? Yeah, don't just concentrate in the house. It could be stronger outside the home. So that's what I wanted.
Important. That's very important, Dr. Say. That's very, very important. Because it could be that it's around that place, but it's very strong somewhere. So as a student, based on even what we have presented, you need to ensure that you go or you sit in an environment where you are learning, environment where the internet is very strong. Abdullah,
you have a question?
I have a question.
Yes.
So how if you are in the course registration, there is this when you fill the first timetable, the first part of the table, there is another second table. What will you do with that table? And if you put in the data you have given there, it's not working. What will you do there?
Patricia,
I get you, Abdul.
Yeah.
From what I've gotten is that you're not very comfortable with the course registration, like how you do course registration on the SMIS portal. What I'll do, I'll post a video for you on chat right now. The one that is not on course registration. Other than that, that is just the technical part. But to the courses, the particular courses to choose, what course to choose, and what each and every course entails, that you should ask the department. So yes, in a short while, I'm picking the video and posting it to you.
Okay, thank you. And another question. I have another question. The SOMAS, when you feel that when you want to enroll a course, they will say that this course is not found in that place. So what's wrong with that one?
As I've been saying, there are many platforms. Wait until the lecturers. The lecturers are able to tell you what platform they are using. The platforms are some for education and many more. So it depends on what the lecturer will use, and please wait until you're guided by the lecturer.
Okay, thank you.
Patricia?
Yes, Professor Rambo?
I think SOMA mostly uses mathematical or whatever, isn't it?
Yes, for science-based courses
Yes.
in engineering, mathematics, and economics.
Exactly.
Course registration.
Exactly.
I will send you a video on course registration.
Just like you have guided, you should be able to pay attention to that the way you have guided. Thank you.
Okay, there was hands up for Isaac. Isaac, can you ask your question?
Yes. How does someone change a course? Hello.
From what to what?
Computer science to become.
To become. Yeah, there is a procedure which you will be guided by Patricia's team on how to go about changing from one course to the other, yeah? So that ICT support email, make full use of it, send that to the ICT and they will respond with all the procedures. Isaac, okay? So send an email to the ICT support
Yes,
team,
thanks.
give you the information. Thank you. There was also a hand up.
Thanks.
Mian. Mian, can we hear you?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
For the case of interfaculty will be sent that you consult the
Mian, are you talking to us?
Yes, please.
Okay, okay. Can you be loud enough?
For the case of interfaculty, I've been consulting the admin, but up to now that I've been having no answer, so I'm much worried because the lessons are starting on Monday.
There's still time, Mian. Don't be worried. At least by you still have today, tomorrow, up to the weekend and Monday. So you still have time, Mian. Don't get worried. You'll be answered. You will transfer.
So she's saying that she was consulting the registrar.
She's not getting response.
Or response, okay.
Yeah, we'll alert them. Thank you.
We will alert them.
There was hands up by Grace Obala. Grace Obala.
Yes, I'm asking.
Yes, Grace.
You said you'll be using the student email apart from the personal email for us to access the classes information. So I'm asking, how do I log in to my student email after I've activated my Active Directory account?
Patricia, can you respond to that?
Okay, let me take that. After you've created after your email, you chose Obala, you'll be having an email which is obala@students.unbi.ac.ke. What you need to do, you need to go to www.gmail.com. Note that the university emails are powered by Gmail. Then from there on the username, you type the whole email. That is obala@students.unbi.ac.ke. Then there is a place for the password. You type the password that you created, and then you click on login, and you're able now to see your emails. I hope I'm clear. Just the way you log into your Gmail account, but note that the username for the university email, you have to type the full of it, obala@students.unbi.ac.ke, the full. Thank you, Grace.
Yeah, that's okay. Bernard. Bernard, you had a question? Is Bernard on the platform? Bernard?
Or any
What
other
about
student who can ask a
Marsh
question?
or any other student who is ready? Tracy?
There's Francis too. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, Njoroge. Can you unmute your mic?
There was Tracy talking.
Oh.
Hello. Hello.
There's Angela Mawea. Angela?
Yes, I was requesting Madam Patricia to repeat what she has just said about logging in the students' university email. Could she please repeat that?
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will repeat and note that the training that we did on this is still on the same YouTube channel that I've been sharing. But I will repeat that to log in to the student email, you just go to www.gmail.com. I've typed it on chat. Then from there, you'll be asked for a username, and your username will be angela@students.unbi.ac.ke. I assume that you have chosen Angela. You type the full of it as a username, angela@students.unbi.ac.ke, the full. Then the password is the password that you created. You click on login, you're able to see all your emails.
Have you understood that now? You have taken that? Okay. Any other with any question? Maureen, do you have a question?
Prof,
Maureen?
I think the students don't seem to be having any other questions.
Okay.
We can end the session by asking the students, please, we have a weekend which is coming after tomorrow. Please replay the videos for the week so that you're able to be very comfortable technologically. Note that you also have the courses or the content that you came to the university to learn. It's not, the technology is just a facilitator, as Dr. Asei said during the training. We're just facilitating the training using technology. So there is what you have to learn. Please make sure that you're comfortable so that you can have a good time.
Patricia.
So
Tracy is insisting she has a question.
Tracy, yes, we are here for you.
Tracy and Francis Wanja.
Proceed, we are here for you.
Tracy and Francis, can you ask your questions? Their hands are up. Tracy? Aya. She's putting the, oh, okay, Patricia, I can't see them. Tracy is saying you unmute her.
I've allowed you, Tracy, to unmute. You just
Hello?
have to click on, yes, continue.
Okay, I have an active email account in the university, but the problem is I cannot get links to these meetings. I've actually been attending through WhatsApp links. That's the first one. So how am I sure that I'll get the links from the lecturers using through this SOMAS and the e-class? I'm not able to get them.
Yes, I respond to that. We
Yes.
have been sharing these trainings using the emails that you gave to COOPS.
Okay.
And also using the emails that for the self-sponsored student that you used to apply to join the university.
Okay.
Some of those emails that you gave to COOPS were not functional.
Oh.
So what I would ask you, can you send me an email to ICT Support CBPS so that I'm able to put your email to the current mailing lists? That is for purposes of sharing the information, but for the training, for the teachings, for the lectures, if you have created your student email,
yes,
we have it in your database, and the lecturer will be communicating from the database that we have. So if you have a university email, even if you've not been receiving links, you're safe because the university email, it's in our database, and that is the database that the lecturer uses. So what I'm saying is that these private emails, they're just interim, and they're just very temporarily for us. What is permanent is the at students.unbi.ac.ke, especially when the lecture starts. But in the meantime, just write an email to me, ICT support CBPS, anyone who has not been receiving the links, so that I can add you to the current mail list.
Okay, the last question.
And even if you missed any training by virtue of not having gotten the link, that YouTube channel that we've been posting, all the trainings that we have conducted in the week, they are there. You're able to still follow. Proceed, ask the other one.
The link that you have said, you have sent it in the chat?
Yes, and I'll still send it again.
Okay, please send it. And then the last question is on the bundles. So I applied for the Safaricom bundles, and I don't know how I'm going to access it. As in, will I have to, how do I go about it? I don't even know how I'm going to access it, but I have applied.
Okay, what the university is giving, we give telecom data bundles, and those we give 15 GB for each and every student.
Please send it. And then the last
Renewable.
question is on the bundles. So I applied for the Safaricom bundles, and I don't know how I'm going to access it. As in, will I have to? What is going on? How do I go about it? I don't even know how I'm going to access it, but I have applied.
I'm having
the
university is giving, we give telecom data bundles, and those we give 15 GB for each and every student. Renewable.
Patricia, there is interference with the forum.
Yes, I was checking where the echo is coming from. And I'll repeat what I was saying. We give telecom data bundles, 15 GB for each and every student, renewable each and every first of the month. And also there are also subsidized Safaricom bundles, but those ones you have to apply through the Kenneth website. I've written the name Kenneth. You can search on Google and see where you can register for subsidized telecom bundles. I mean Safaricom and Airtel bundles, but the ones that you go through Kenneth, you buy, but at a subsidized rate. The ones telecom that you're given by the university, they are free, so to say. And what you have to do, you go to your portal on SMIS, then you go to my profile, then you're able to enter some information there on the line that you're currently using, whether you have any telecom line, and we are able to give you the bundles. What I've been advising the students is that you can buy a line from a telecom shop near you and use that line to give us, and then all what we'll do, we'll load the data bundles. The status of your data bundles is shown on your student portal. You don't need to keep writing on help desk to check the status of the data bundles. Is written on your student portal. The first batch of the data bundles, I think it is this weekend. So I hope I am clear that the information you gave when you updated the student portal is the information we'll use. That line that you gave us is the information where we will top up. And of course, when it's topped up, you'll get a message that your information is topped up, and you're also able to get the same status on your student portal as an announcement. I hope I'm clear on that. Thank you. So make use of our help desk. You'll be able to get answers to all these other questions. So I give it back to you, Professor Rambo, so that you can end our session. Thank you.
I can't see Professor Rambo. Professor Rambo, are you in?
Yes, kindly, Dr. Asay.
Oh, yeah, Professor Rambo is in. Professor Rambo.
And,
yeah, okay, I can say something before Professor Rambo. So, thank you, team. You've been quite cooperative. That is what is required of you even during the online learning. Please try and be cooperative, try and listen, try and get the right network. Please also try and get the right gadget. However difficult it is for your future. Yeah, get the right gadget, even if it's a laptop, if it is your phone, please ensure that, and also test it. Over the weekend, take some time to test your gadget. That can I use this gadget to do my mathematics? Can I use this gadget to do my physics and many others? Then another thing, look at the discipline online. Please, when you're in class, we don't allow eating. We don't allow people taking their classes from their beds. We expect you to behave the same way you're behaving in a face-to-face class. Yeah, let us have personal discipline. Let us be, it's just like even if it is an online mass church, yeah, you have just to be clean because somebody is praying, your pastor is there. So that is what to expect in the class. Try and be decent, obey time. One thing about online learning is time. If you're not on time, you lose a lot. And if you lose, try and form your network. Abdullah should be able to connect with Angela, Kelvin, Godfrey. Try and know who your classmates are and make use of that network. Yeah, online learning is like online online marketing, whereby your networks, your social networks, your other networks, they keep rolling. So that is how you learn. And try and be motivated. Just motivate yourself in one way or the other that this is how we are going to learn. Until we go face to face, I'm quite motivated. So get things to motivate you in that online class. And also try and give it a good trial. You never know, you might end up being an online student forever. You will be enjoying and say, I don't need to come to Nairobi, Patricia. Me, I just want to take my courses where I am. So it's a good way of learning. I'll encourage you. It's quite flexible. It gives you the option to do other things. So try and integrate it, try and accept it, try and follow all those etiquettes you're told about. Yeah. People like teaching disciplined students. So try and be disciplined online. And I thank you for your patience, and we hope to meet you in one way or the other. We are still at the university with you, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ann. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Ann, for those good advice to our students. And I don't really need to say much, but I want to say, because you have said it all, I just want to appreciate our students. I also want to appreciate the team, also Patricia, for being there to respond to some of these questions. And as we have just taken you through the online learning, we have said very clearly that discipline is very key. And again, persistence is very critical. So you don't really fail to get either enrolled or enroll in a program and then you give up. You keep on contacting the right people. And I want to advise you that get in touch with Patricia most of the time in areas that are ICT related, and then also your department and the school to support you in certain areas that you need, that you are not getting as you want or expected. And again, as Dr. Anna said, you really need to form a network amongst yourselves as a student, because you will be sharing. This issue of going online full-time, nobody expected that the university will go that direction. And there we are. So we have been able to deliver online teaching. We have been able to do exams online. And now we are going to graduate online. So really, this is something that has to stay. So we have really to adopt it. Otherwise, I would like to appreciate your participation. And I'm also on attendance and also asking questions, but would like you to get more questions to your department and school to get more information. All those things that are eluding you will, within the first 2 weeks of class starting or having started class, they will go and you will be a veteran in online learning. So let us not worry about those things. They'll be sorted out by the university. We know that you are still new on this, but we are ready to take you through in any circumstance that you may face as you take on the program. Otherwise, I would like to appreciate, I want to thank you once again and continue participating in this and ensure that you attend your classes when they are scheduled. Otherwise, thank you very much for that. And I wish you well as you start your classes on Monday, 21st. Thank you. Patricia.
Will end us up.
Patricia. Is Patricia there?
Oh, thank you, Professor. Thank you, Dr. Asay. We come to the end of the training. Tomorrow we administer a survey to find out how much you have learned so that we gauge the training needs. So when we give you the survey, make sure that you fill and you proceed. Those whose emails are not in the mailing list, just send me to ICT Support CBPS. I'll be able to assist you. Have a good day, and we thank you for being here with us.
Bye.
Be blessed.
Patricia.
Bye. Yes,
Patricia.
Professor Rambo.
I was just trying to ask. I saw the number of 260. What was the total number? Lydia wanted to know.
I will share with you. I will share with you on email.
On email.
The number you see here is not indicative because they keep dropping and coming up. So I will share on email. I also need to check the YouTube views to incorporate that. Yeah, so I'll share in an hour's time.
Okay, thank you very much, Patricia.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.